Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Speak Smart podcast. We're doing a deep dive today into a speech about motivation, self-improvement, all that good stuff, crushing your goals. You guys sent this one in, and we're going to break it down, find the good stuff, and see how you can use it.
I am so pumped for this one. The speaker's energy is unreal. You can just feel it right away. Wow. This isn't like some, fluffy self-help thing. This is raw. This is real.
Right. It's a call to action. Mm-hmm. I love that. Yeah. And they don't waste any time getting to the point. Rise and grind. That's the whole deal right there. Hard work, dedication. Those are like the foundation.
Totally non-negotiable if you want to succeed. And I love the way they say it too. Like, get down dirty and nasty if you must. It's like they're saying whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. No excuses. And that attitude is so important, I think, because it acknowledges that it's not going to be easy. Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. There's this psychological side to this too. Hard work, even when it's a struggle, can be so satisfying. Well, it builds resilience, that feeling of accomplishment, and it boosts your self-confidence. You start to believe in yourself more when you see what you're capable of.
So it's not just about the goal. It's about who you become along the way. I love that.
Yeah.
What are you guys listening? What area of your life are you ready to rise and grind in? What's that thing you're willing to push yourself for? Think about that for a second.
Oh, what's that thing you're ready to get down and dirty for?
And that actually leads perfectly into the next big idea from the speech, silencing those negative voices in your head. It's so true.
Right. The speaker is all about shutting down self-doubt and those annoying negative thought patterns.
Yeah, those can be brutal.
They really can.
Do you remember that line? Shut down every negative thought that comes into your brain.
Oh, yeah. It's like a battle cry for your mind, like taking control.
I love that.
Right.
But sometimes it feels like those negative thoughts have a mind of their own. Like, how do you actually win that battle?
It's tough because they can be so deeply ingrained. We develop these thinking patterns over time from past experiences, the people around us, even just like societal messages,
Yeah, for sure.
But the good news is neuroscience shows we can actually rewire those patterns. We can change the way we think.
Okay, so how do we do that?
Yeah.
Because I've tried just telling myself to stop when a negative thought pops up.
Yeah.
It doesn't always work.
Yeah, I hear you. It's not that simple. Have you ever heard of the 5-second rule?
Wait, the one by Mel Robbins?
Yeah, exactly. That's the one.
I've heard of it, but I don't really know what it is.
It's basically a way to override hesitation and take action. So you have like a 5-second window to act on an impulse before your brain starts overthinking, talks you out of it.
Okay, so like when you have the impulse to do something positive, like to finally start that project or go for a run, or even just to silence that negative thought.
Exactly. You count down from 5 and then just do it.
So you're basically like outsmarting your brain before it can sabotage you.
I love that I'm going to try that I hit snooze way too much in the mornings. Maybe the 5-second rule will get me out of bed.
It could be your secret weapon. And it kind of connects to the speaker's point about not counting the cost. This is where they challenge us to shift our perspective.
How so?
Instead of focusing on how hard something might be, it's about being fully committed to the goal no matter what. Mm-hmm. Do you see any parallels with the 5-second rule?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both seem to be about getting out of your head and just taking action. Stop overthinking it, stop calculating the effort, just go for it.
Yes. And that resonates with the concepts of delayed gratification and intrinsic motivation. When you're truly passionate about something, the cost becomes less relevant.
Right. You're not focused on how hard it's going to be. You're focused on the value of reaching that goal and the fulfillment it'll bring.
Exactly. And the speaker used a great analogy for this. They said, Dirk Nowitzki got the trophy, but LeBron James kept increasing his performance. What do you think that means? Like, what does it say about real success? That's interesting. I think it means that true success isn't just about reaching a specific goal. It's about the journey of growth and pushing yourself further.
I think so too. Dirk achieved that ultimate goal of winning a championship, but his performance declined afterward. LeBron, on the other hand, has always been evolving his game, pushing his limits. He embodies that growth mindset.
That's a great way to put it. It's not about becoming complacent. It's about constantly striving to be better.
Exactly. So think about it. What dream are you willing to pursue without counting the cost? What goal is so important to you that the challenges along the way seem small compared to the reward? Take a moment to really consider that.
That is a powerful question. And it leads us to another crucial point. The speaker made the idea of sacrifice and surrender. This one gets personal.
It does. This is where the speaker is talking about letting go of the things that hold us back, like comfort, past versions of ourselves, fear, even bad habits.
It's deep stuff. And the way they phrase it too, there are some things that you love too much. It's time for the next version of yourself. It's so raw and honest.
Yeah, it really is. And this concept of letting go, of surrendering it, can be so powerful, but also kind of scary.
Definitely. It's like stepping into the unknown. You're acknowledging that clinging to things that no longer serve you, whether it's an unhealthy habit or a limiting belief or even a relationship, is preventing you from growing.
It's true. Sometimes what we think we love is actually holding us back.
What do you mean?
Well, we might love that extra hour of sleep, but it's keeping us from hitting the gym. We might love the comfort of a familiar routine, but it's stopping us from taking risks and pursuing new opportunities.
So it's like you're saying we have to be willing to sacrifice some things in order to achieve our goals.
Exactly. We have to be willing to let go of what's holding us back in order to make room for something better.
That's a powerful thought. So listeners, what are you willing to sacrifice to achieve your goals? What needs to be released to step into the next version of yourself? Think about it. It might be time to let go.
Letting go can be challenging, but the rewards can be huge. Embracing discomfort, facing our fears, and shedding what no longer serves us can open up space for incredible personal growth and transformation.
It's like clearing out the clutter to make room for something amazing.
Exactly. And, this idea of letting go also ties back to the speaker's emphasis on stamina and support. They talk about the need for endurance, self-belief, and surrounding yourself with the right people. What do you think about that connection? Yeah, it's like you're letting go of all that dead weight so you can run the race, with more energy, more focus.
Yeah. And when you fall, which you inevitably will, having those people around you to pick you back up makes such a difference.
Totally. This rise and grind thing, it's not about going it alone. It's about having the right team in your corner.
Right. It's like having your own cheer squad and coaches and mentors.
Exactly. People who believe in you, challenge you, and keep you accountable. And the speaker uses this great image. They say, don't blame life because you fall down. You just need to be a little tougher than your circumstances.
I love that. And it's true. Being tough, bouncing back from those setbacks is so much easier when you have people cheering you on.
Right. It's like having your own personal support system. So who are those people for you? Who are your soaring eagles? The ones who inspire you, support your growth, and help you stay on track. Who are those people in your life?
Yeah, it's all about creating that network of positive influence that fuels your motivation and keeps you going.
Exactly. And I'm noticing a theme here. The speaker keeps bringing up these different ideas. Hard work mindset support. It's not just a list of tips. It's more like a whole philosophy.
It's like a mindset for achieving greatness.
That's it. And that mindset is built on self-belief discipline, a commitment to growth. The speaker is reminding us that we have the power to control our thoughts, our actions, our destiny.
They're challenging us to face our fears, push past our comfort zones, and never settle.
Right. And they're telling us to embrace the grind, to find joy in the challenge, and to never give up on our dreams. But they're also real about the hard stuff.
What do you mean?
Well, they acknowledge that the path to success isn't always easy. It's paved with doubt, setbacks, even pain.
Yeah, they talk about the importance of processing that pain, choosing our hard, surrendering the things that no longer serve us. Because sometimes the things we cling to the tightest are the things that are holding us back the most.
Exactly. And they emphasize consistency, showing up every day and giving it your best, even when you don't feel like it. It's like building a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets.
That applies to our mental and emotional muscles too, right? The more we practice pushing through challenges, the more resilient we become.
Absolutely. And the speaker also talked about working on our work, not just going through the motions, but constantly striving to improve, to learn to refine our skills. What do you think about that?
I think it's so easy to get complacent, especially when you start seeing some success. But they're reminding us that growth is never ending. There's always another level to reach for.
Right. And remember what they said, increasing our performance often leads to more responsibility, more opportunities, ultimately more rewards. So working on your work isn't just about getting better, it's about opening doors to new possibilities.
That's a great point. And they even got practical about the sacrifices we might need to make to achieve our goals. Sacrificing time, comfort, past versions of ourselves, even the things we love, our vices, distractions, anything that's holding us back.
It's not always easy, but it's necessary. And they reminded us that the future is expensive, meaning we have to be willing to invest in it today.
So we need to be willing to pay the price now to reap the rewards later. It's about making choices that align with our long-term vision.
Exactly. And sometimes that means saying no to things we enjoy in the moment, knowing that it will ultimately bring us closer to where we want to be.
Right. It's about making those tough choices.
Yeah.
But even with all this talk about grit and sacrifice, the speaker doesn't forget about self-care.
Yeah, they talk about being kind to ourselves, forgiving ourselves when we fall short, surrounding ourselves with people who support and encourage us.
Yeah, it's about finding that balance, pushing ourselves, but also taking care of ourselves.
Exactly. We need to refuel and recharge to keep going. And that's where having a strong support system is so important.
I love that the speaker's message is ultimately one of empowerment and hope. They remind us that we had everything we need within ourselves to achieve our dreams, and that the journey itself, with all its ups and downs, is what makes life meaningful.
It's all about the journey. And they leave us with this powerful thought: if it's important to you, you'll find a way.
It all comes down to that decision. What's important to you? What are you willing to fight for? What are you willing to sacrifice? What legacy do you want to leave behind?
Those are some deep questions for sure, but they really get to the heart of what matters. And what's so great about this speech is that it's so relatable. We all face challenges. We all have those big dreams, and we all have that potential for greatness.
I love that. It's a reminder that no matter where you are in your journey, no matter what you're going through, you have the power to choose your path, to rise above it all and create something amazing.
It all starts with that decision, right? The decision to believe in yourself, embrace the challenge, and never give up. So let's take all this inspiration and turn it into action. What's that one thing that's truly important to you? That dream you've been putting off or maybe making excuses for?
It's time to get real with yourself. What if today was the day you decided to fully commit? What if you said, no more counting the cost, no more negative self-talk, just pure dedication and action? What would that look like?
I bet it feels pretty awesome just thinking about it. And remember what the speaker said about working on your work, constantly striving to improve and grow. There's always another level to reach. So where are you ready to level up? Where can you push yourself to be just a little bit better than yesterday?
Yeah, even those small improvements add up over time. It's about consistency and dedication. And speaking of dedication, the speaker talked a lot about stamina, not giving up when things get tough. They said pain has an expiration date. The reward is always worth the effort.
Such a powerful message. We all experience setbacks, challenges, failures even. But it's how we respond to those moments that truly matters.
So true. Do we let those setbacks define us, or do we use them as fuel to come back stronger?
Exactly. It's about having that grit, that resilience. And remember, you don't have to do it alone. The speaker talked about the importance of having a support system. Those people who inspire you, challenge you, hold you accountable.
Who are those people for you? Who can you reach out to for support on your journey?
Don't underestimate the power of community. Surround yourself with people who believe in you, who lift you up, who help you become your best self.
It's so important. And you know what I think one of the most thought-provoking questions from this whole speech was, what would your future self say to you right now? Would they be proud of the choices you're making?
That's a great question. It really makes you think about the long-term impact of our actions today.
Every decision we make, every action we take shapes the person we become tomorrow. So choose wisely, embrace the challenge, rise to your full potential, and never stop believing in yourself.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thank you for listening to the Speak Smart podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video. We'll catch you next time.